so these are just some review questions for your test tomorrow. We're starting with finding the GCF and the LCM of these two numbers. So we do the prime factorization. All right, and now what do we do? What do we do now? After listing out the prime factors, what do we do now? We group the common factors together. Okay, 2 times 3 is 6. All right, what about LCM? 462. All right, so we do the prime factorization. Lots of 2's on 64. All right, and then we group our common factors. What's our GCF? 8. Very good. And what's our LCM? 960. Remember, with LCM, we have to, once we write our numbers down for the groups, we bring in our leftover numbers and multiply those in as well. And when we do that, we get 960. Sorry about that. We get 960. All right, any questions? GCF and LCM. What happens if you're finding the LCM of 3 numbers? How many numbers does it have to be in order to count as a group? 2. Okay, make sure you remember that. You have one of those on your test tomorrow. All right, so now, okay, we're going to work some problems from your book. We're on page 200 in your books. I want you to do, on page 200, numbers 27, 30, 32, 34, and 36. So 54 was your LCD. Some of you may have found 108. While that is a common denominator, it's not your LCD. You still could put them in order, though. Now, how do I figure out what my numerators are going to be? Everybody pay attention. Look like you're happy to be here. Yay! Math class. So happy, right? Okay, so how do I figure out what my numerator is? How do I know?
Everything by multiplying it.
Yeah, same number that you multiply the denominator by. 18 times what is 54? 3. So do the same thing to the top. All right, so we do that all the way across. 6 times 9 is 54, so that's why 45 goes on top, because 5 times 9 is 45. Now, when I do that, I can clearly see that which one is the smallest. 13 over 18, 7 over 9, 5 over 6, 23 over 27. Okay? All right, now on number 30, 11 over 5 as a decimal is what, guys? What is it? Just put it in your calculators. 11 over 5 and hit the S to D button. What is it? 2.2. All right, what about 14 over 15? 0.93 repeating. What about writing now the decimal as a mixed number? What's it going to be? 2 and 68 over, how do I know what my denominator is? Did you hear Deja? The 8 is in the hundredths place. And then that's not my final answer. A lot of people yesterday on the quiz forgot to reduce it. Don't forget to reduce 2 and 17 over 25. Then on number 36, again, I cannot forget to reduce 286 over what? 1,000, and then reduce it. Questions, guys? This is a big chunk of your test. Pretty much every one of these questions, there's like 2 questions like this on your test. Except number 27, I'm not sure about that one. But all these, fractions to decimals, decimals to fractions, improper fractions to mixed numbers. I'm surprised how many people miss that. We'll go over that in just a second. All right, now, I want you to write 2 equivalent fractions for 6 over 15. Show your work. Many people forgot to show their work on this on the quiz, and remember, that is very important. So you're going to lose credit if you do not show your work. Show me what you're multiplying and dividing by. I need 2 equivalent fractions. Okay, so give me some examples of what you multiplied or divided by. Deja? Very good. Divided by 3, and she got 2/5. What else? Emmanuel? Yeah, very good. So he multiplied by 2 and got 12 over 30. Perfect. Did anybody else multiply by anything else? Yes. Okay, multiply by 4, top and bottom. Anything else? 3, 5. All right, 10. Doesn't matter as long as you do the same thing to top and bottom. 2 equivalent fractions. And notice what I have the arrow pointed to. Show what you multiplied and divided by. All right, now I want to compare 15 over 6 to 3 3/4. You can do this one of two ways, but right now they're not in the same format. So you either need to convert 15 over 6 to a mixed number, or you need to convert 3 3/4 to an improper fraction, and then you can compare them, but remember they have to have the same denominator. All right, so go ahead and compare these fractions. All right, so I went ahead and changed them to improper fractions. So what would be my LCD? What's my LCD, guys? 12. 12 is my LCD. So now I can clearly see that 45 is bigger. All right, so that is my answer. Would be 30 over 12 is less than 45 over 12. All right, any questions on comparing fractions? You have 2 of those on your test tomorrow. Any questions? Is that a hand? Question? Okay. All right, so now let's go back over to converting fractions between mixed numbers and improper fractions. Go ahead and change this mixed number to an improper fraction. All right, so what is it as an improper fraction? All right, very good. Now change the improper fraction to a mixed number. It's going to be 19 and 9/12, but that's not your final answer. On your quiz, a lot of you guys forgot to continue to reduce. Remember, you need it in simplest form, 19 3/4. All right, now 14.8, I want you to write that as a mixed number. All right, so what's it going to be? 14 and 8/10, and it reduces to 4/5. Very good. All right, that's pretty much everything that's going to be on your test tomorrow. You do have 2 word problems, and it's going to be a matter of being able to pull the information out, write them as fractions, and compare them. All right, so you've got 2 word problems like that on your test tomorrow. Other than that, shouldn't be any surprises.